We're joined now by Jonathan Martin from Politico.com. Jonathan, let's start with healthcare. And yes. What do you make, first of all, of labor weighing in, and how significant is this split right now that we're seeing on the left?
I think it's not terribly significant because, as David shrewdly pointed out, what Andy Stern didn't say in that letter was this sentence: "We oppose the bill." If that had been in that letter, I would be, I think, a lot more sort of animated right now. But so far, it just seems to be more bark than bite. Look, Howard Dean doesn't have a vote in the Senate, and I think that he can sort of stir up some sort of muddy waters. But I'm just skeptical that beyond our talking about it, there's going to be much impact. But again, that's because, David, we're not seeing folks saying, "I'm going to oppose this bill."
Right, and labor has a lot of really good friends in the Senate. If they were really starting to walk away from it, you'd think you would hear from those folks, but those folks still seem to be on board with the bill. Jonathan,
they do. And from look, yesterday talking to some folks in organized labor, the impression that I got was that they're not going to be cheerleaders for this bill, was the phrase that one source gave to me, but they're probably also not going to oppose it either. Like
Nancy Pelosi said about Afghanistan, President Obama that on his own.
Right.
Jonathan, let me turn your attention to Copenhagen for a moment. Yeah. What are the stakes here? If the Chinese really do walk away from this, and there's no real agreement that Obama comes home with, is this trip just a mistake politically, or actually does it happen low enough below the radar? I know that's a tough thing to say about a presidential trip, that it doesn't really impact him.
The timing is good for the president in the sense that we're going to be focused on the holidays. So he's going to come back maybe empty-handed, but it might not even be as bad symbolically as his effort was with the Olympics, which Rick alluded to earlier, because that was at a sort of different time in the sort of news flow. So I think, yeah, it's not going to look good, but it's going to blend in because we're also focused on the holidays. But again, the dynamic of a president going over there, bringing some of his capital, and coming back with who knows what as far as deliverables, it just doesn't help his narrative at all. And in fact, it plays into one of the bad narratives, which is the fact that this is someone who does not have the juice overseas.
Jonathan, in our last 30 seconds here, we have to do our requisite Sarah Palin bit, of course.
Right.
The latest is photographed on a beach in Hawaii with the McCain visor, but the McCain actually blacked out on the visor. Right. She's saying she didn't meet any offense with this. She was trying to go incognito.
Right. Well, it's the holiday season. Let me borrow a phrase from one of my favorite holiday movies, and that is, in some ways, Governor Palin is the gift that keeps on giving all year long. In this sense, it just seems like, be it on policy issues like her stance on climate change and her spat with Governor Schwarzenegger, or be it on sort of these more tabloidy kind of issues that TMZ seizes upon, it's always something. And there's always some sort of controversy going on. It's a gift for us in the media. So this holiday season, we're very, very grateful for Governor Palin for that reason.
And if you want to go incognito, get a different visor. Or maybe go to a different country.
Well, or go to an island somewhere where no other human beings live. Rick, as you pointed out, Governor Palin, it doesn't matter the visor you have on your head, what it says. You're Sarah Palin.
This planet, exactly.
Exactly, right.
All right, Jonathan Martin, thanks.
Thank you.
That does it for this edition of Top Line. Click us on again next week, or no, tomorrow.
Let's make it tomorrow for Twitter.com/TheNote. Get the conversation going.